Sam asks a question. A prolific author has been quoted saying, if all you did was clean and press, you could become awesome. How would one compose a program with just the barbell, clean, and press to become awesome? Back around the turn of the millennium, I decided to finally clean and press 300. I've never done it. Of course, by the time I started Olympic lifting, the press was out of competition. But it was like a good goal, and it made sense at the time. I was in a kind of an off-season period, and I didn't have all the time in the world, so I decided to really specialize on the clean and press. Now, the standard answer is this. If you want to be good at pressing, you press. But it didn't really help me. And what helped me more, it's interesting. I saw this in the Dinosaur training newsletters. I thought they were really great. In fact, I wrote a couple of articles for those, and then Brooks didn't like that I was using the internet to. I was using the internet to talk about the training programs, but with more details. And I don't know whatever happened after that. But there was a guy there whose training program was just clean and press, and I thought that was a good idea because that's what I did as a kid. So for a couple of month period, that's all I did. Now, your mileage may vary. Basically, this is what I did, and I'm trying to remember it as best I can. I love the idea. Now, if you don't have a good clean, we really shouldn't even start this, okay? But for me, I was at a place in life where I could do the clean and then press variation, and I would do 3 sets of 8. Now, this became later on the transformation program because I really liked how I felt doing 3 sets of 8 with a minute rest. And that would have been the press workout for one day of the week. It was a very fast, got in, in 4 minutes later, I was finished. At the time I was doing this, I probably would go in the backyard and work on some Highland Games and probably some loaded carries. Tuesday was a front squat day. And in the beginning, I was experimenting with Tabata front squats. And I thought I could do it every Tuesday. And I later realized that was about a once or twice a month challenge. And that was hard. But later that developed into 3 sets of 8 with a minute rest, and then overhead squats, 3 sets of 8 with a minute rest. But that wouldn't have been this program. Wednesday, I worked my guns. It was an arm day. Someone was trying to get rid of these Nautilus tricep extension and Nautilus tricep curl machines. So I put them in my garage. So the most expensive thing in my garage was 2 arm machines, I'm talking about more expensive than my cars and my refrigerator. What else I have in there? The Friday workout was, I would clean and press singles, and it was very open-ended, as heavy as I could go. And it was just, at the time, I think I just started with 135, 60 kilos. And I did a clean and a press, put the weight down, toss some weights on the side, clean and press, over and over until I got to a logical, easy lift. Saturdays at the time weren't always training. Sometimes it was Highland Games. Back then, sometimes Olympic lifts, sometimes Olympic lifting meets, and sometimes track meets. During the time, I was an administrator, so my Saturdays were almost always open. Either they were completely full or open. There was no middle on my Saturdays. So in 99, 2000, 2001, up to about 2004, I would Olympic lift some weekends and weightlifting meets. Sometimes I would do a Highland Games, and sometimes I would do a track meet. So it was kind of fun. It worked out great. And honestly, it wasn't very long that, it wasn't long at all. Let's say 3 or 4 months, that one day in that Friday workout, I clean and pressed up to 300, and that was my goal. And as I look at the program I gave you, the only thing I would say is that, in hindsight, if I would have done, now comes for the program you want. Monday, clean and press. Wednesday, clean and press, clean and press, clean and press. Maybe sets of 3 or 5. And on Friday, do the singles. So that would be the program. I think would be a lot of, that would carry over. I noticed, I've got a magazine called All American Athletes somewhere up there, where really the person just basically says that the push press is the best thing athletes can do. And then I've got other articles that say the clean is the best thing you can only do. In my little red book, I talk about the Russians, saying how important the power clean was for overall athleticism, and they were really pushing it. The power clean tends to rise and fall historically. It's the answer to all questions in one decade, and then it's the worst thing you can do, and then it comes back, and then it's the worst thing. Done correctly, I think the power clean and press is an amazing combination. So for you, Sam, 3 sets of 8 with a minute rest on Monday. Cleaner press, cleaner press, cleaner press. Let's go sets of 5. On Wednesday, take all the rest you need in between sets because that's a lot of work. And on Friday, the singles. See how strong you are. If you feel like doing something else, Tuesdays and Thursdays might be a nice days to run hills or do mobility or whatever you feel like you need. Thank you. Kind of a nice little trip down memory lane there. Thank you, Sam.